Hello everyone, it's Mark Shalero, the owner of MS Classic Cars, and today I'm sitting behind the wheel of our 47 Ford Super Deluxe Sedan Custom that I've nicknamed the Boss. I would tell you, if you have not seen our main video of this vehicle, you have to check out that video. It really goes into the history, goes over the entire build. I do an exterior presentation, interior, engine compartment, trunk compartment, undercarriage, again, very detailed. The point of today's video is just to show you some of the mechanical features and how wonderful they work, and also how awesome this thing drives. So let's go off on a little test drive here. This is a cold start that I'm going to do here for you today. I will make one comment on space. This vehicle has a ton of space. I'm 6 foot, 200 pounds. You can see how much room I have regarding my headroom, leg room, arm room, and so forth. These seats are amazing. They're super comfortable. You can see in the back how spacious it is. It is truly like a Mercedes-Benz S-Class with that rear passenger seating area. Super comfortable, very well designed. So let's go ahead and do this. Again, this is a cold start. Fires right up. You can tell that it idles beautiful. It's going to take a minute for it to warm up. So while we're waiting for it to warm up here, I'm going to demonstrate a few features. These inside door handles here, they work super well. You can see how nice this door opens and how far it opens. So you got a really nice exit and entrance into the vehicle. You can see how nice it shuts, nice and tight. These windows here, these are power windows. I did demonstrate this in the first video, but I'll show you again. These windows actually roll up nice and tight. We'll go ahead and do the same thing over here. And they're tinted, brand new glass. They work beautiful. Again, I'll keep the windows up just for a minute while the vehicle's warming up. Now, to show you some of the interior features here, we have the hood release, which works excellent here. We have our e-brake, which also works excellent. These two knobs do not function anything. This is a wiper delete vehicle. This knob here, this is your headlights, parking lights, and so forth. Those do work. We demonstrated those in our first video. You can check that out. I love this steering column here. When you put this vehicle in gear, there's an indicator that shows on this console that we are in drive. That is in working order. You can see where I just put it back in park. Of course, we have our tilt wheel, which works great. Again, look at how nice this positions. You can really move this in a ton of different positions. We have your turn signals, which left side, we have your right side, again, both in great order. Your fuel gauge works excellent. We got well over half a tank. It's got great oil pressure. Again, this is a Ford Racing Boss 302 crate engine. It's a great engine. We have a whole write-up in our main video about it and on our website. You can see the water temperature is still cold. We just started it, so it is an ice cold start. You will see as we drive it that temperature gauge does indeed work, and it will rise. We got plenty of voltage here, pushing almost 14 volts as we're sitting. You will notice it does have 2,450 miles. That will change. Again, speedometer works. RPM gauge, look where this thing is idling cold. It works beautiful. These are great gauges, by the way, Classic Industries BDO gauges, which work great. We do have this, which I demonstrated in the main video as well. That opens the factory outside vent. Down here is our air conditioning. I know you can't feel the AC, but I promise you the light just came on. Corey and I, who are in the vehicle right now, can clearly feel it blowing ice cold air. You can maybe hear that. Not sure, but it does blow ice cold. And again, it works even when it's warming up. Right here, we have a cell phone charger. So I've got my holder, rather. We've got a nice spot there to put your cell phone. On the side of the console, we have a 12-volt connection here for a charger. We also have a cup holder here, and this is the air ride pad. I'll go ahead and put these windows down here. You can see that, how nicely this works. So if you want to slam it, you push 1. 2 would be normal driving. 3 would be really high. You can choose whatever you'd like. Again, seat belts. Oh, and last but not least is the radio. Hold this button here. This has got a really nice sound system in it. I'll just turn this on briefly so you can hear it. Sounds really good. It's a Kenwood system. It's got an amplifier, Kenwood speakers, and so forth. I'll hold this button down here as well, and that's all there is to it. Sorry about that. We had a company here repairing our lift in our detail room. I needed to sign something, no big deal. Again, this is a non-rehearsed video, so we might have some other things happen, but I want to make note here. This is the first time that I have ever driven this vehicle. The service department has driven it. Some of the other guys have driven it. They all commented how awesome it is to drive. I'm really looking forward to this. So again, this is my first experience driving this vehicle. Again, this is a top 25 build for MS Classic Cars, which says a lot considering the great cars that we've had. So we're gonna pull out onto Route 6 here, which is kind of a busy road in front of the dealership. And then we're gonna take a left down the street here onto kind of a private road. We'll do some cool shots of us driving by with it and so forth. This won't be anything too long and too crazy. Just wanted to kind of demonstrate how amazing it runs, feels, drives, etc. So again, you can see the temperature gauge is now coming up. It's still really, really cold. That will change obviously as we keep driving, but it is working. So I would comment right now, this road is a real tough road. It's got a lot of crowns in it, a lot of potholes and cracks and so forth. And this thing already, I can tell, it feels absolutely amazing. Keep in mind, although it does have the original frame, the frame was strengthened, it was boxed, reinforced and so forth. So you could say it is kind of a custom frame. But man, look at the wheel. Straight down the road here. Really feels nice. Super, super comfortable. Just gonna get over into the left lane. What a nice vehicle to drive. Oh, this thing is gorgeous. We're doing about 50 miles an hour right now. My foot is barely touching the gas. Look at where the RPM gauge is. 1,500 RPMs at 50 miles an hour. Again, we're sitting on a very advanced air ride system with 4 sensors. So when one person gets into the vehicle or gets out of the vehicle, it adjusts accordingly. Whoa, brakes are very good, better than I thought they were gonna be. It's got very, very good brakes. These are power brakes. 4-wheel disc, Willwood. Turns really nice. Wow, surprised how nice the turning radius is. And you can hear, hopefully in the camera, how well the motor sounds. Orla exhaust is a great, great exhaust system. This thing's got a really nice tone to it. I haven't really gotten on the gas pedal yet, just because the engine is still warming up. Right now it looks like it's only about 150 degrees, so I don't want to do anything too radical just yet, but I will get on it a couple times just to show you what she's made of. Ford Racing says this is the best bang for the buck when we're talking small block Ford. Again, very impressed with the brakes. No rattles, no squeaks, very, very tight steering. You can see how nice this thing steers. Look at this. Very, very tight. Very impressed. Kind of a cool area up here. Didn't really expect to have any traffic on this road, but it is what it is. Nice farmland out here. I think we're actually in Rehoboth, Mass. You can hear that nice tone. Beautiful day. Little cloudy, but super nice. Great day to take this thing out for a ride. The great thing about this vehicle here is not only is it a show car, which is evident in all the photos that we provided, but it's also something that somebody can get in, throw their family in it. You've got seat belts, you've got power windows, you've got air conditioning, you've got a sound system, you've got everything else that you need. Power steering, power brakes. You can drive this thing anywhere. I truly feel like I'm driving in a new car. If somebody gave me this vehicle to borrow, I'd say it feels like a new car. There's really no tricks. Again, I'm very impressed being the first time I've ever driven this. Oh, one thing I didn't check is the horn. It's in working order. Again, at MS Classic Cars, we take great pride in servicing our cars, which we do. Every vehicle we sell, we document that work with an invoice, which we've done on this vehicle. Again, beautiful scenery here, horse country. What I'm going to do is when we get up to the end of this road, which is coming up here pretty soon, I'm going to do kind of a half circle, and then when we make our way back, I'm going to get on it a few times just to show you how it performs. Again, really impressed with these brakes. Man. These are so cool, these little ashtrays that they left from the factory. I think that's really nice. So here we go. Got a little space now for the traffic. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little half circle, go right back on the road we just came out of. And why there's no vehicles in front of us, I'll get on it just a little bit. Look at this turning radius. And I've got this right now set in the second position too. No rubbing of any of the tires or anything like that. Very, very impressed. This is an overdrive transmission, nothing radical. Again, I'm not going to be foolish in this residential area. I just want to wait for the road to open up a little bit here in this section. Get on it a little bit for you. There you go. Wow, nice power. Smooth. We got up to about 60 miles an hour right there, and I didn't even put it all the way to the floor. I would say that was probably 80% throttle. It responded really nice, shifted into overdrive nice. Again, very impressed. Look at this. I can literally drive this car with a finger. Look at this. It's beautiful. Nice road here too. One more time. Hear that exhaust? Really sounds good, performs good. Again, great oil pressure. Wow, can't say enough about these brakes. Very touchy. And again, the temperature of this thing is running nice and cool. It is a cooler day, in all fairness. I'm sure if it was a lot hotter, it would probably run a little bit hotter. But we've driven it in the service department on a few days that were actually really hot that we had a week or two ago, and everything worked out great. But once again, I can't say enough about it. We're gonna head back to the dealership. Again, if you didn't watch the main video, please make sure to do so. Really goes over this vehicle from start to finish. This is one of the best built vehicles that we've ever had in MS Classic Cars. Once again, it's a top 25 pick. We appreciate you watching this video. Please call or email with any questions you might have. Thanks again. We appreciate the interest. Rock and roll. picked Corey up and told him when I was doing the driving video earlier, we had it in overdrive. Now it's in drive. Definitely feels different, both good in different ways, but I figured we'd end this video here just showing you now that I'm getting a little more familiar with the car. The temperature is still nice and cool. All the gauges are working beautiful. Almost 40 pounds of oil pressure. Look at this thing. It's taken me about 10 minutes to get used to it. I feel extremely comfortable in it. No rattles, no squeaks, plenty of power. Check out this little turnaround here that I've used a few times. They got some cool muscle cars down here, so I don't think they'll mind if I use their driveway. Some older folks here. Probably appreciate seeing a nice 47 Ford pull into their driveway. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it with one more little run here. Again, want to be respectful in this area, but when we open up down here, I'll get on it one more time and what an amazing car. We've been driving it now for about a half hour and wow. My service manager, Mike Marcella, said it's one of the best cars I've ever had, and now I understand why. Man, this is so sweet. But I'll get on it right here, show you one last time what she's made of. Really smooth, super smooth. I think I actually like it better in the D position than I did the OD position, especially around town here. And I'm definitely getting used to these brakes. These brakes are very sensitive, but now that I'm used to the car, they stop beautifully. Again, I cannot say enough about how well this thing corners. I've had many resto mods, many pro touring cars. Many of those cars were built by some of the best people in the industry, and I would put this vehicle right up into that category. Besides the air ride, it's also got a whole Heights Mustang 2 front end. It's got QA1 shocks in the front. It's got QA1 adjustable shocks in the rear. It's got a 4-link in the rear. Again, 4-wheel disc brakes. It just goes on and on. Look at this. Again, I'm not going really fast. We're only doing about 35, 40. But man, you can literally drive this car with a pinky. All right, well, this time we'll conclude the video. Thought it was worth just showing you a little bit more here before we cut it. We appreciate you watching. Make sure to check this thing out.